The archives of the Four Seas Academy do not often record whispers of dread, yet some events demand it. Here, in Su Mei's delicate chambers once filled with the serenity of her aesthetic touch, an invisible betrayal simmers. A poisoned incense, a trembling servant, and the shadows of desire converge, ensnaring her in peril before she can even grasp it. Qin Yu stands where no guest should, eyes glinting with audacity and malice, blocking the path of the only hope she clings to. Chu Feng. Each heartbeat now counts against her, each breath carries the weight of a looming assault. As the halls of beauty twist into a cage of danger, the question lingers like a storm on the horizon. What choice will Su Mei make when escape itself turns to struggle? This is the stage of recap, Martial God Asura Chapter 755, where innocence meets the calculated cruelty of obsession. In the quiet serenity of Su Mei's residence, a place where beauty and elegance danced in every corner, a storm was quietly gathering. The halls, filled with delicate carvings and soft lantern light, seemed peaceful, but appearances can deceive. On this day, a shadow of unease lingered, though no one yet dared speak of it aloud. There, in the intimacy of her private chamber, Su Mei sat alone. Her attire was informal, a loose pink skirt cascading around her, revealing the soft curve of her shoulders and the gentle rise of her form. She was a vision of youthful allure, but her innocence carried a fragile vulnerability that few could see beyond. Today, even her relaxed demeanor was tinged with worry. "Little Red, has anyone come looking for me today?" she asked softly, her voice carrying a hint of anxious longing. The servant, a loyal girl named Little Red, bowed deeply. "Master, no one has come today," she replied with careful respect. Su Mei's brows drew together in subtle worry. Her mind wandered to Chu Feng. He had instructed her to remain safe, to rest in peace, promising he would return swiftly. Yet a day had passed since their parting at the millennium-ancient city, and still he had not appeared. Her heart, delicate yet stubborn, refused to settle. She worried, not for herself but for him, and for the bond they shared. "Little Red, you changed the incense?" she asked suddenly, sniffing the air with a sharp, perceptive sense. The servant's face turned pale, fear overtaking her features. With a trembling motion, she fell to her knees, as though she had committed an unforgivable crime. Tears streamed down her cheeks like rain, glistening in the soft light. Su Mei's heart softened at the sight. "Why are you like this?" she said gently, stepping forward to lift Little Red. "I did tell you not to touch the incense, but you need not fear. Rise now." Tears fell freely as the servant's voice trembled. "Master, I had no choice. If I did not, my whole family would face calamity." Alarm gripped Su Mei. "Who threatens your family? Speak!" she demanded, eyes fierce and unwavering. But Little Red remained kneeling, silent, consumed by sorrow. Then, a strange heat coursed through Su Mei's body. Dizziness, subtle but undeniable, crept upon her. Her senses sharpened as her gaze fell upon the incense. Suspicion flared into certainty. With swift precision, she grasped the object, inspecting it, and fury ignited within her. With a decisive palm, she shattered the incense. "Little Red, you poisoned me." The servant wept uncontrollably, confessing with no words, only tears and trembling. Time offered no mercy. Su Mei's body burned as the toxin began its vile work. She downed an antidote in haste and rushed to the door, intending to flee and summon aid, but fate's cruelty had already moved ahead of her. There, standing in her path, a figure blocked the doorway, a shadow against the light. His eyes glinted with a cruel intent. "Qin Yu," she breathed, heart sinking. A notorious figure of the Four Seas Academy, his presence alone was enough to make even the bravest pause. She had rejected him countless times, yet he continued his pursuit shamelessly. Her fear intensified, for she was vulnerable now, poisoned and alone. A leer twisted Qin Yu's features as he stepped closer. "Ah, my little beauty, such attire, such temptation. Perhaps you knew I would come?" His gaze roamed her form with predatory intent. "Senior Qin Yu, I do not understand. I must leave." Su Mei's voice trembled with controlled urgency. She tried to force her way past him, her body trembling with both fear and anger. He blocked her with ease. "Where do you think you're going? Perhaps I shall carry you?" The servant had been dismissed with a threat. Leave or doom her entire family. Little Red, powerless and obedient, stepped aside. The trap was complete. Su Mei realized the full horror. Qin Yu had orchestrated this, forced the poison, and now intended to claim what he desired. Desperation surged, and Su Mei leaped toward the window, her last chance at escape. But an invisible barrier, as unyielding as steel, hurled her back. She crashed to the floor, the room spinning around her. "My beauty, where do you think you can escape?" Qin Yu's voice echoed again, vile and triumphant. Turning, she saw him, brazen and shameless, revealing his body as a further threat of intimidation. Su Mei's stomach twisted, her heart clenched in righteous fury. "Qin Yu, if you dare harm me, Chu Feng will never forgive you." At the mention of his rival, Qin Yu's expression darkened with hatred. "Chu Feng? That boy, reliant on Taiko's badge? Ha! You think he will come to your rescue? Even if he dares, he will kneel before me, helpless, as I claim what is mine." A storm of tension filled the chamber, each heartbeat a drum of impending conflict. Su Mei's eyes burned with determination, despite the poison weakening her. In this chamber of beauty turned trap, the forces of desire, power, and vengeance were poised on the edge of a deadly collision, and the tale of that day would be remembered in whispers across the martial world. Listen closely, for what I am about to recount is a tale of wrath, honor, and the fearsome depths of martial might. A story where even the boldest hearts tremble. It begins in a chamber heavy with tension, the air thick with unspoken threats, and a storm of emotions ready to erupt. "Shut your mouth." Qin Yu's words sliced the silence, venom sharp as a sword. "Do you dare claim equality with Chu Feng? He is not just strong, he is a being beyond the measure of men." Su Mei's eyes blazed upon hearing him, her cheeks flushed crimson, and fury surged in her chest like a boiling river. She could not tolerate such words that dared belittle the man she revered. Curses spilled from her lips, sharp and unyielding, directed at Qin Yu, and by extension, at the insolent audacity that dared speak against her hero. Qin Yu's pride, usually a shield, faltered. Yet when he saw Su Mei, her delicate features reddened, her chest rising and falling with quickening breath, a twisted delight crept into him. His anger simmered down, replaced by a shameless grin. "Curse me all you want," he sneered, a malicious glint in his eyes. "Your heart may belong to him, but your body, that is mine from this day forward. How does it feel, little Mei? Hot? Aching? Yearning? Don't restrain yourself. Brother Qin Yu can fulfill every desire." Su Mei's lips curled in defiance, a cold snort escaping her. "You want my body? You're delusional." In a desperate bid to preserve her honor, she lifted her hand toward her own head, intent on ending her life rather than surrendering. But fate intervened. With a flick of his sleeve, Qin Yu redirected her hand, sending it crashing instead against her own face. She was thrown violently into the air, a bright red imprint marking her beauty, and a thin stream of blood glimmered at the corner of her lips. "Humph. A suicide attempt? Foolish. I won't stop, but I'll wait. Soon, you will beg me yourself," Qin Yu hissed, sliding into a chair, watching as the drug within her body began to stir its dark influence. Then, a sudden shattering. The door erupted into splinters, and through the storm of wood and dust, a figure hurtled into the room. Impossible. Qin Yu froze, recognition striking him like a bolt of lightning. Chu Feng had arrived. Su Mei's tears fell like summer rain. She leapt into his arms, her sobs carrying the weight of anguish and relief. "Chu Feng!" Her voice trembled, full of grief and love. "I waited. I suffered." Chu Feng held her gently, laying her upon the bed with the care of one who treasures life itself. His gaze fell upon the crimson mark in the blood-streaked corner of her mouth, and his heart constricted with unspoken agony. "No one, not even death itself, may touch me except you," Su Mei whispered fiercely, unyielding even in her pain. Chu Feng's hand brushed the blood from her lips, and his eyes hardened. Calm as the surface of a still lake, he turned his gaze to the bare, brazen Qin Yu. But beneath that composed exterior, a tempest of fury raged, so intense, so merciless, that it could shatter mountains, sunder the earth, and scatter souls in its wake. Qin Yu, blissfully unaware, smiled with malevolent anticipation, his mind twisting with cruel fantasies. "Ah, so Chu Feng has truly come. Perfect. I shall make him watch as I bend her to my will." "Ah!" Which hand struck her? Chu Feng's voice sliced through the air, cold and devoid of emotion, silencing Qin Yu instantly. "Does it matter?" Qin Yu scoffed. "I hit her, and I'll take her, all in front of you." He laughed, brimming with conceit. Then, like a storm unleashed, Chu Feng's aura erupted, 3 lights, each a different color, swirled in a celestial cyclone around him. His hair whipped violently in the invisible gale, clothes flapping as if alive. His eyes, no longer human, glimmered with the merciless glow of the three thunderous lights. The air itself recoiled from him. The room shivered under the oppressive might, and Qin Yu's face, once smug, paled with dawning terror. The strength emanating from Chu Feng was far beyond comprehension, a force that smothered Qin Yu, making his own power feel feeble and insignificant. Before him stood no man, no mortal, but a cold, remorseless demon cloaked in human skin. What? What are you? Qin Yu stammered, terror dripping from every word, his body trembling before the embodiment of wrath itself. With terrifying swiftness, Chu Feng moved. In an instant, he seized Qin Yu's wrist. Lightning burst forth, serpentine and wild, burrowing into Qin Yu's palm. Agonized screams tore from Qin Yu as the raw energy shredded his flesh, devoured muscle, and gnawed at bone. The agony was unimaginable. Each nerve a battleground of torment. Every fiber of his being screaming for mercy that would not come. "Bastard! Let me go!" Qin Yu cried, panicked, clawing at the air as if he could tear free from fate itself. But escape was an illusion. When he finally freed his wrist, the price was immediate and cruel. A savage tear from his shoulder, blood spurting, pain blinding. He looked back in horror. Chu Feng's grip still held his wrist, now detached from his body, connected only to the torn, lifeless flesh. The reality was inescapable. The arm was gone, ripped away by hands of divine fury. And so, in that chamber of despair and wrath, the legend of Chu Feng's wrath was written in blood and thunder. A tale of mercy denied, honor defended, and the absolute, terrifying might of a martial god unleashed.